Hello everyone and welcome to the European Energy Outlook for the week starting 18th of March 2024. My name is Marcello Kolax and I am the Managing Director at Clever Markets, your energy industry's first remote technical analysis desk that you can get with a subscription. Alright, as always we are starting with the TTF front month and I want to take my sweet time explaining what has been going on so you all can understand my thinking process, you can understand the Clever Markets methodology in action, and I think this is much more valuable than just blasting through a few contracts and spitting out some targets, right? Because in the end, I want that nobody is left behind as the energy markets are changing permanently. And I want to make sure that we share the knowledge as good as possible, as well as possible. Okay, so we are on the weekly chart, and of course I'm zooming out, I'm starting very broad, right? So we are definitely in a long-term downtrend. We are below the 200-week exponential moving average. We are making lower lows and lower highs up until summer 2023, and the markets have then pushed up again, and now we are on the way lower. And can you see where we have found support is kind of in this area here where we last found support in summer 2023, so this kind of area here. Then we started seeing, then I was suggesting that the market could or should bounce off this level here and move higher. I said this because we did have our first bullish engulfing candle that formed on reasonably high volume. We did get a bullish stochastic signal as well, so that overall is like a nice setup for some gains. So of course we are not trading on the weekly chart, but we would have gotten a bullish signal with a move with a close above this high here at 2617, yeah. So two candle patterns always needs a confirmation in form of a third candle. We would have known that we are wrong and losses will continue if we move below 2232, right? So with the next week here, we would have known, yes, we are right or we are not right, or it takes the market some time. So for now, this up leg is confirmed. And this means we could draw in these fib retracement levels, yeah, from up here to down there. And for me, the rule is anything below 23.6% is just considered noise on the weekly chart. So we now have to go all the way to 30 before we can kick off like a real up leg. But we might find some really good resistance here because looking towards the left, we see, we have hit this level before kind of. So there's some precedent that there might be a little bit of resistance. So if we break above this, then we will have a more extensive correction on our hands. And the thing with fib levels is that we are always, if one is broken, we are going to the next, going to the next, going to the next. Shallow corrections go to the 38.2% fib, whereas like more extensive corrections can go like to 50% to 61.8, yeah? So we don't know that yet. We cannot, in quotation marks, predict the markets. And anyone who tells you that they can predict the markets, they are obviously lying to you. We are just taking it one step at a time, and we want to make the best possible trading, put on the best possible trades as we move with the markets. Okay, so if we find resistance here, however, and we start getting some bearish reversal candles, then there's a chance of a little bit maybe of a sideways trend. But for now, we are heading for 30.29. We can see stochastic is bullish. We see that the 8 and 12 exponential moving averages are still bearish, but they are flatlining and potentially moving higher. We see that the MACD started pulling higher overall as well. So maybe this here is a new higher trough. So that means we are more inclined to start looking for buying opportunities on the lower level charts. So on the daily chart, oh, by the way, on the weekly chart, in line with the Clever Markets methodology, we are still bearish because we haven't moved above the 23.6, yeah? But that's the difference between trading and analyzing. So even if you are a reader of the Clever Markets dashboard, you would see that we are still bearish simply because we haven't made the defining move yet. Okay, so on the daily chart, we are working with this channel that is now being tested again. You might be wondering, hey, this chart looks different to what you're working with. And that's simply because I'm working with the semi-log scale. So if I work with the arithmetic scaling, as a lot of you are, then you would see, this here is more of, there you go, this here is more of a falling wedge, not so much of a channel, which is good because this is a bullish reversal candle pattern essentially, yeah. So please work with the wedge if you wish to do so. This is perfectly acceptable. I right now decide to work, or have decided months ago, to work with a semi-log. And the reason for that simply was that we had previously some really unsustainable or like crazy swings, and that I couldn't really draw in any more trend lines. So I just left it on log chart for now. But to be honest, it really doesn't matter because the candles are still doing their own thing. So we had lower lows and lower highs. Okay. And at this point in time last week, I said, oh, we have a bearish reversal candle. It's called a bearish engulfing. And it was confirmed by stochastic. Okay, so the idea was for the market to retrace lower. But how low can it go? Well, for that, we did draw in the fib retracement levels from here to there. And we could see that if we break below the 23.6, which we did immediately, then we could make it to 38, 50, and 61. And once we reached the 61, that kind of was the target for me. And my suggestion was for the market to bounce in the 61.8 region and then correct higher, maybe moving to 28.73. Why did I think that? Well, the peak was established here, yeah, with the stochastic and the bearish engulfing. But how did I know that the market will bounce here? Well, first of all, the fibs helped. And second of all, we saw that while the price was still moving lower, we could see that the MACD was pulling higher. So that means that bearish enthusiasm, bearish momentum was fleeing and exiting the market. So that's why I thought we'll not make it all the way down here. So where's the best possible level? Probably here. And that's exactly what happened. And can you see now we started forming our first higher low. And now above 28.73, we will make our first higher high. So we would be officially in an uptrend. So I am right now not looking for any shorting opportunities anymore. So last week when we were in this area here, I widened the support area from just 61.8 flat. I widened it to the, was it 78.6% fib retracement, which is like somewhere here. So that we have not just support line, but a support area. So nobody is like being thrown out of a trade too early. And that's exactly what happened. And here there was a little bit of indecision. We did not have a bullish stochastic signal yet, yeah, but we did have the bullish reversal candles, but no confirmation. So I said we should wait this out until we actually do get some confirmation. And that's exactly what happened. And now we are on our way higher. So this is how, essentially, from early March, we did kind of anticipated this whole down leg, now the up leg, and I believe that we could make it well above 28.73, maybe to the weekly charts 30.29 even. I think that's not completely unreasonable. However, we all know that price doesn't just go up in a straight line, so there will be some corrections on the way. So I don't want anyone to get spooked. Yeah, corrections are normal. The market will not move up in a straight line, okay? And it doesn't mean that your trading analysis or is wrong or anything. It just means it takes the market some time. Okay, so now we are on the intraday chart on the 15 minutes. And here we had this stellar rise on Thursday and then Friday, a little bit more gains, but not so much. I did draw on this channel. It's a tentative channel because we have only two levels that are being hit on each side. We want to see a third one for confirmation. Volume is good on the up legs, that is bullish. The only thing that's worrying me a little bit is that the MACD seems to have declined, which I'm not a big fan of. So that simply shows that there's not so much bullish momentum in there anymore, but we did get a bullish crossover at the end of last Friday. So overall, I believe we could reach the upper end of the trend channel. Don't be too worried about the stochastic moving into overbought territory. That is completely normal. Because it simply means we are making new highs. That's all that it's showing. It doesn't mean we are overbought, so the market will go down. It simply means we are making new highs. So that's how the stochastic or any oscillator is very often misunderstood. So stochastic shows here we're making new highs. 8 and 12 exponential moving average are bullish. We've got bullish volume. Volume is rising on the up legs. So it's all kind of looking okay except for the MACD, so we'll keep an eye on that. And here's the thing, the uptrend is in place until it's not. So within the channel, I still believe that we could move higher with a lot of confidence. So this could then have an impact on the daily chart as well. So I hope you all enjoyed that. This was a little bit more extensive just for the TTF, but I think it was absolutely necessary to see for you to understand where we're coming from. By the way, Clever Markets has been going from strength to strength. My personal LinkedIn account, Marcello Colax, has grown to 5,000 connections, over 5,000 now. And the Clever Markets corporate page has grown to nearly 1,000 as well. We have a WhatsApp group where I post these updates every single day for free. That has grown to over 400 participants. So if you want to join that, let me know, send me a DM. And because we are hitting like one milestone after another, I'm doing a little bit of a Q&A next week. So please send in your questions. It can be anything, can be personal questions, work questions, TA questions. Yeah, I am here to answer them all. There's no restrictions. So do let me know on LinkedIn. You can send me a message there. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you very much. That's all for the TTF.